Before Tinubu took power, I urged him not to remove subsidy until he starts producing it. Itse Sagay, and now to the news in full. According to Punch newspaper, prominent legal scholar and senior advocate of Nigeria, Itse Sagay, has expressed concerns over the economic policies recommended by the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund (IMF) for Nigeria. Sagay advised President Bola Tinubu's administration to reconsider these recommendations, emphasizing that such policies will worsen economic hardship for Nigerians. But he did not listen. Let us start producing our own fuel before you say that let's remove fuel subsidy. But he did not listen. Even the Port Harcourt refinery that they are saying is working now, obviously, it's a lie. Yet you remove fuel subsidy, and you don't think that you should go back on that decision that you made to make life easy for your people. This is December now. People don't even have plans for Christmas. Because people are really going through it. It is so difficult to eat 1 square meal in a day. Talk more of eating 3. Instead of you to listen to advice, you did not listen to advice. No wahala. He criticized the recent removal of the petrol subsidy, a move he attributed to guidance from these institutions. Sagay described the removal of the subsidy as poorly timed and detrimental to Nigeria's economy. He argued that the decision has intensified economic challenges for citizens, citing increased cost of living and transportation. According to Sagay, this policy implemented without ensuring local production of petrol has left many Nigerians struggling under severe financial strain. As in, it is very severe, very hard. We've not had it this bad in this country as we are having it now. It is really bad. And people are even preferring Buhari's tenure to this tenure. That is how bad it is. When you want something bad instead of something really worse, it is really worse. The legal experts pointed out the historical failure of IMF and the World Bank policies in developing countries. He asserted that these recommendations often lead to deeper economic difficulties and long-term setbacks for nations that implement them. Is that not what those ones want? So that you come and borrow money from them. Let your people be suffering. So that you will need money, then you will come to us. Then we'll borrow you money or put you under some certain conditions before we borrow you money. Because I don't understand why you would collect advice from IMF and World Bank. They told you to remove fuel subsidy and you listen to them. And now we are in this kind of situation. You have to go and keep borrowing money all the time before you can do something. In the things that you are borrowing money for self, you are not seeing it. He said this recommendation often leads to deeper economic difficulties and long-term setbacks for nations that implement them. Sagay underscored that countries adopting such measures tend to face significant hardship with little evidence of sustained economic improvement. Sagay highlighted the impact of these policies on everyday life in Nigeria. He cited a sharp rise in transportation costs as an example. Transportation costs has really gone up. A place where you go before on a normal day, you spend 500 naira, 700 naira. Now, if you don't hold 2,000 naira or 3,000 naira, forget it, you are not going where you are going now. On a normal day, now fuel price has made everything very expensive, down to the cost of food, because you have to transport food from one place to another. So they will calculate their transportation money too before they put a final price on commodities. Though some people are overdoing it, but really, everything has gone up. Everything has really gone up. Example, noting that a trip from Lagos to Delta State now costs significantly more than before the subsidy removal. This increase, he said, exemplifies how such policies directly affect ordinary citizens and exacerbate financial struggles. He further criticized the nature of IMF and World Bank prescriptions, describing them as harsh and counterproductive. Sagay argued that these institutions often recommend measures that prioritize austerity over growth, leaving developing nations in precarious situations. He stressed the need for Nigeria to adopt more sustainable and context-specific economic strategies. Sagay said, before Tinubu took power, I urged him not to remove the subsidy on petrol until we are fully producing it. Internally, unfortunately, that was not done, and that petrol subsidy removal has plunged us into various serious economic life hardship. If people advise you on something, at least you weigh it and say, oh, okay, let me do this thing. Okay, finally, you didn't listen, you did it, and you saw how things are going. Are you not supposed to go back on and say, oh, I made a terrible mistake, let's redo this thing, let's re-strategize. But you didn't do anything. You just left it like that. People are suffering. People saying you're having thick skin. you don't listen, you are blind. Because obviously that is what the president is doing. So he doesn't care about what people are going through. He doesn't. They just act as if they care. They don't. Osena from Kaplan says, if he didn't, how will his refinery in Malta give him huge profits? So that he becomes the richest man in the world of today, and all your riches at the end of the day na 6 feet. Everybody na the same measurement, whether you are poor, whether you are rich, or whether you are the most brilliant, or whether you are the richest. Everybody na still that same 6 feet they go count for us. You don't have any special place when you die. It is the same underground that they will bury all of us. So why are we after worldly things, material things? You want to be the richest man in the world. At the end of the day, now death be the final. Putting people in hardship because of what you want to get, because of things that will perish with the world. It is well low. Bright Access says it's very obvious that Tinubu forced himself into power to suppress the helpless masses. Exactly, it's like he's on a mission. Like a Satan, what's it called? Agent. It's like an agent for the devil that, go and punish Nigerians. They are doing too much. Like God will just bring suffering on Sodom and Gomorrah or anything. And he has promised that he will not destroy the world, because there's so much going on in the world right now. That God, if he was God of the Old Testament, he would have cleared everybody. And probably will not even give room for anybody to go into Noah's Ark or anything. He just say, let's go. He blamed himself for creating human beings. That's how bad it is. If not that he has promised that he will not destroy this world again, or my God will not clear everybody for this world, because we have a whole lot of bad behaviors that we are doing that God is not really pleased with. Like he was sent by devil to come and punish Nigerians. Say, oh yeah, go and punish those people called Nigerians, because he's really showing us shaggy. Felix Anthony says there was no provision for subsidy in the budget, so therefore subsidy is gone. And exactly, if you want to do something, you make proper plans. You make sure that things are in place that will curb financial struggles when you remove this fuel subsidy, because you know that it is going to bring issues. But at least it should be something that people can really enjoy. But we can't enjoy it. People are hungry. People are dying. People can't afford to buy drugs. You can't. Drugs now, ordinary paracetamol, I think it's like 400 or 500 one sachet. Something that you buy 100 naira before, something that you buy 50 naira before. You can't afford it again. It has really gotten bad. So at least listen. It's still not too late. You can still go back on your decision and say, okay, let's bring back fuel subsidy. Nobody will say, they would even tell you thank you. If you can, please do. But he will not listen. Now their own, they always be better. It is well. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.